Welcome to the channel. This is Clarityempress, the Empress of Clarity, here to bring you a collective energy read for my collective. I hope everybody is doing well. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Comment in the comment section. Let me know if the reading resonates with you. I hope you are doing well. This read tonight is coming with blessings. It's coming with the warnings. And the reason why I feel the need to give you the warning, because every time I hone in on the good shit, spirit be like, but wait, let me show you the bullshit you leaving. Let sleeping dogs lie. Good evening to you. How are you this evening? Ooh, we about to get this money, y'all. I feel it. A lot of us are still going through a little bit of challenges. You know, that leftover residual energy from the previous year. Peace, bite. What up with you? We get rid of some of this previous, that previous energy, but some of it lingers, okay? I had personal story. So some of y'all that watch me know that I'm moving my nonprofit. I don't know if I said that directly, but I am. I'm moving it, right? It's not moving. I'm not moving far, but I moved it from one building to another. And what I'm realizing, I don't know if it's not really new to me, but I guess sometimes, you go through it a couple times, you realize people, what's up, Queen? You know I didn't recognize you. I ain't used to those sleeping dogs line. What's up, Queen? Oh my gosh. I realize that a lot of people lack a level of self awareness about how they show up in the world and how they impact people. And that seems to be um, a theme. I'm hoping that it's going to pass real soon, at least for me. You know what I'm saying? At least for me. Oh, yeah, Bite. You ain't say hi to nobody else last time you was here. Oh, what's her name? Carmen was saying what's up to you. You ain't say nothing to nobody. Just letting you know. You know what I'm saying? Let me get Carmen in the building if she up. But yeah. Anyway. Um. So I'm gonna tell you the story. So was it last week now? What's today? What, Tuesday? So yeah, last week. Um. The person that runs, I guess, scheduling. Yeah, scheduling where I was. Opened my mail. Now, Black Cherry done heard enough of this, but I'm telling the story. I'm going to give y'all a condensed version. She opened the mail of my business because something came from the state, right? And I was like, you opened it because I was like, why was it open? Oh, well, I figured I was helping you out. I said, you figured you were helping me out. This is through text, y'all. I said, so, I mean, did it have I named the two entities, like we have a business entity and then a doing business as. I said, did it say either one of those? Yeah. So, again, why was it open? Oh, I was trying to help you out. I thought it might be urgent. You know that's a federal offense, I told her. She was like, oh, my apologies. I'm sorry. I was just trying to help. I said, yeah. Next time you get mail, because I can't control where they send it, even though they got a different mailing address, either forward it to me and let me know, I'll pick it up, or refuse it and send it back. But don't open my mail, right? So, so then, fast forward to today. Um, this guy, the head of the building, right? I'm gonna just put it like that. The head of the building sees me when I'm bringing the keys back. Cause when I tell you I was cutting the cords, y'all, I'm not giving nobody a chance to ask me for a key. Like, we done. And when I say we done, we done. I don't need no keys. I don't need to come back here. I don't need nothing. And I ain't got no malice in my heart. I'm just done, right? So I'm heading up the stairs and I see dude, and he's like, "Oh, we missed you." I'm like, "Miss me? You sure about that?" He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "I can't tell." "Well, I just realized you guys been gone. I haven't seen you." I said, "Yeah." That's what you call missing? And he's like, "Well, I mean, I haven't seen you guys." And I said, "Yeah, because we've been erased from your building. No support for the nonprofit. No marketing, no invitations, no nothing, no flyer up, none of the usual things that we would typically do for the things that we offer." Huh, huh. Guess I gotta ask somebody about that. I said, "I guess you do." This person is extremely tone deaf. And I didn't have too many interactions with them until like in the last year, really, the last 6 months or so. And it's interesting because the place that I'm going to, everybody has a bad taste in their mouth when it comes to this person. They scoff, they roll their eyes. I didn't expect anybody to act like that, but I don't have to say a word. I don't have to even tell them exactly what's going on, and they're just like, "Oh, that one, ugh, ugh, ugh." So I thought, okay. So pretentiousness and lack of self awareness is what I don't know what y'all been experiencing. You can put it in the comments, but mm, that's the theme that I've been experiencing in the last 2 weeks. Is people not having a lack is not having the self awareness they need to know how they show up in the world. So I explained to him. I said, "Yeah, we're gone." I said, "We're not coming back here." He's like, "Why? You're always welcome here." I said, I really can't tell. And I it did explain to him 6 months ago that it looked like the writing was on the wall that we had to move on. And he was like, "Wait, wait, 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 wait." But the wait was for what? I don't know what I was waiting for. I wasn't really waiting. Actually, I was already looking. But they assumed that I was waiting on them. They assumed that I needed them that bad. And I'm here to tell you with this message that don't let nobody play you into a corner to make you feel, or at least they may feel, that you can't go anywhere, that you can't expand, that you cannot grow, that you only need them, that you're complacent, and you will shrink to fit the box that they put you in. You know what I'm saying? Hi, Lori. So we not shrinking and trying to fit anybody's box, okay? But it comes with warnings that even when you cut the cords, it's not always clean. You know what I'm saying? It's not always easy. Sometimes you can't be worried about, like, a lot of people like to ghost their way out of situations. I did tell them, I said, I might fade to black, but let me give you the courtesy of and the respect of letting you know why. Because I'm going to let you know why, what y'all did on my way out. So you can't look to me, try to blame me for nothing, or you could try, I don't care. But you have been warned, right? I'm more upfront, about things like that. And I honestly, I was hoping, I was like, damn, it would be nice to catch the lady outside. Here's your keys, and then just leave. But I had to see people I didn't want to be bothered with. But I stood my ground and said what I had to say, and I did it with a smile on my face because I'm not bitter. What I found out in this season, y'all, is that me letting go is giving me more opportunities for growth in a way I imagine, but I would have been restricted for the last 6 years. Why? Because my organization was a tenant, not a community partner as I thought. And now I have more to look forward to, put it this way, more to look forward to, more community involvement, more partnership, more support. And it's amazing to even imagine. It's almost scary because it's like, dang, I've been waiting for this for a long time. I can't wait to see what happens. So let's get started tonight because we want to see the good, the bad, the ugly, and prepare ourselves for the future. I got a new deck, y'all. It's a cutie deck. It's called Kawaii Tarot Cards. It's an art style. Is it anime? No, I don't know what they call this. Kawaii, I think, is the box. Kawaii is the art style. Put it that way. I don't know. The kids knew. They was like, "Oh, mom, you got the Kawaii." I'm like, "Yep, it's cute. I like it." All right, y'all. So, thanks for coming to the channel. Like, share, and subscribe. You know the routine. Make sure you ring that bell. Anytime I come on, that way you're notified. All right, Spirit, give me a message for the collective. What y'all need to know? What the Spirit need to tell y'all about cutting ties with whoever you need to cut ties with, because it's going to lead to your growth. All right, tell me more. We got 9 of Cups in reverse. So you know the 9 of Cups is that card of satiation and wishes coming true and basically wish upon a star type energy, right? You just want your wishes to manifest and show up in your life. But when the Cups are in reverse, it indicates sorrow. And this is in the past energy, so that's not a bad thing, right? Maybe you were sorrowful about the situation you need to cut off. Nothing wrong with that, right? A lot of people, we don't like change, but some endings are necessary for our growth and our development and our support. And in order for us to see greener pastures, in order for us to see the horizon or actually be in a more kinetic energy versus sitting in our potential, we may have to go through the sadness and not, you know what I'm saying? Everything can't come to us because we wish it. We got to put in some effort. Tell me more, Spirit. Oh, shoot. Oh, Queen of Cups. Uh-oh. So we do have some manipulative energies to deal with. Queen of Cups is an emotionally manipulative person. She also, in my decks, my spirit guide says she's the lush. You know, she's the alcoholic. She's the overindulger. You know, somebody who is just either over self-indulgent, or she could be the energy that is just emotionally manipulative. Mother, just pick it with your mind kind of energy, if you know what I'm saying. Like somebody that would guilt trip you into doing things for them that they don't want to do for themselves. So she could have killed somebody's dreams. Tell me more, Spirit. 7 of Cups. Well, whoever dreamed she killed is no longer in any confusion and delusion about her. They're not dreaming. They don't have the pipe dreams in the sky. In the hidden energies is somebody becoming more aware of what their disappointment is and who it's coming from. Take it how it resonates. Tell me more, Spirit. We got the 7 of Swords in reverse. Somebody coming clean. Tell me more. Or somebody got busted. Tell me more. I'm going to tell you, when my situation, when the lady opened my mail, y'all, she kind of kept trying to breeze past me asking, why was it open? Oh, I just opened it because I was trying to help you. Oh, I just, and she just kept moving past it, trying to ignore it. Take care, D, blah, 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 blah. I was like, word? And I hit her with that long paragraph that let her know that I'm disappointed in her choices. And that is a federal offense to do that. And I got hit with the, please accept my apologies. I was like, that's the fuck I thought. Tell me more, Spirit. Seven of Pentacles. So there's a new investment. I like that. Tell me more. Ooh, Ten of Wands. Somebody releasing burdens. Okay. So, damn, I feel like I'm reading myself, but I don't like reading myself, so I can't take it like that. I gotta take it like the collective. But Seven of Pentacles is planting seeds, right? Your investments. Where you invest your energy. Somebody has a new space, energy, person, job, career, whatever that they are investing their energy in, because that's in a likely outcome, right? And then the Ten of Wands, being the overall energy, is being able to release the burdens. When the cutoff is made, all those obligations, especially to a manipulative energy like the Queen of Cups, start to alleviate because you're not beholden to her no more. She can't guilt trip you no more because you can cut her off. Okay? She could be an entity. She could be a he. The cutting off of people, places, and things that weigh you down frees you. Meanings, Lord, meaning that you lose the weight of the wands. You actually learn to redistribute the energy. Part of what I've been learning is that capacity. I'm constantly being reminded of capacity and where I want to put my energy so that it can grow. And that is why I would say the Seven Pentacles is here. Also, somebody got busted for whatever they tried to do. In my case, she tried to be nosy. I guess she wanted to know what was going on in my state business. Somebody else could either be trying to be nosy. They could have been trying to get over. Somebody may owe you an apology that they struggle to give. You know, that's the Seven of Swords in reverse. It's like, I got to come clean. I got to do better. Because in the upright, the Seven of Swords is that liar. It's somebody that's sneaky, somebody strategizing, trying to get ahead or kind of trying to get over in a ghostly way. You know, they don't want nobody to see what they doing. But in Seven of Swords in reverses, you got peeped. Everybody see what you doing. You know what I'm saying? Like they pulled the sheet back or something. Like, you're not getting away with it, whatever it is. All right. Y'all let me know if it resonates with y'all, because this chat be doing stuff, and I gotta know. Okay, Spirit. Tell me about this Nine of Cups energy. Three of Pentacles. Yeah, so there was a third-party situation, and there's a lack of cooperation. Third party, and folks are either they broke up, disbanded, meaning there's not three people anymore or three or more. And there's a lack of cooperation for the fact that people disbanded. So this is what causes the disappointment and the sorrow, because maybe we not the Three Musketeers no more. Maybe we something else now because people are going their separate ways. So there's no support for whatever that dynamic used to be. Or if somebody saw it being something they thought it was going to be, it's not going to work. It's not going to work, Spirit said. All right, tell me about this Queen of Cups. Queen of Swords, yeah. You cannot trick a Queen of Swords and get away with it. That don't work. Queen of Swords is a sharp, smart, and she also picks up on manipulation very well. And she will let you basically hang yourself in that manipulation. Like, you could try her, but to think that you were going to get over her, or you're smarter than her, you're wiser than her, no, because not only is she smart, you know, naturally smart and talented in that way, but she's also experienced. She's a wise woman energy that has been through something, right? So to shade her will not come easily, right? You can't backhand compliment her and think she didn't pick up on the shade. You can't, you know what I'm saying, lie to her and think she didn't pick up on the lie. You can't do it, because either her common sense or her intuition or both kicks in, and she's already judging, right? She's one of the judges of the deck. She's paying attention. She's weighing you head over heart. She's not getting too emotionally caught up in whatever it is that you're trying to do, especially with a Queen of Cups energy. Now, the Queen, like I said, Queen of Cups and the Queen of Swords, man or woman, take it how it resonate, okay? But with a Queen of Cups in reverse, they're so self-indulged that they think they're better than everybody, smarter than everybody, and able to con everybody. And that's not necessarily the case. That's the thought, that's the want, that's the desire, but that's not necessarily going to fly, especially with a Queen of Swords. Think air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. You not getting over on none of them easily, okay? Like, they're not slow. And some people seem to think that they are. But a Queen of Cups, a manipulative Queen of Cups, which I say, which is the Queen of Cups in reverse, she's too self-indulgent to pick up on the fact that people pick up on her. Okay? Now, she's also smart. She ain't stupid. But, you know, when she thinks she's smarter than everybody, she operates a certain way, which is sloppy. And gets her in some stuff. All right, tell me more, Spirit, about this Seven of Cups. So somebody's coming to a understanding. And I just realized that we got 3 sevens here. We got the Seven of Cups in reverse, Seven of Swords in reverse, and then we got the seven Pentacles. So 777 could resonate with somebody. Somebody could be seeing that number. Somebody could be looking up that angel number. But it means something to somebody. All right, take it how it resonates. Tell me more, Spirit. And then we got the High Priestess. You're definitely not getting over on this Queen of Swords. You're just not. I don't know who, you know, some people just like to lie or they like to hear themselves lie. I don't know what that is. I'm not that person. Okay. It never felt comfortable to, I don't like pranking people. I might make a quick joke, but I can't maintain it. Like, I wouldn't be a good pranker, you know? Even if I'm joking, it's hard. I don't like to lie. And you cannot get over on a queen, on a high priestess. You can lie all day to a high priestess, and she may not even tell you when she peeped it. You could do something covert to a high priestess, and she ain't gonna let you know how she know, what she know, when she figured it out. And a lot of times with high priestess energy, a high priestess will feel it before their brain could even process what you did. So, you know, for me, I could feel your lie, and something will not sit right with me. I just can't. It will not sit right with me, and I might not be able to explain it. But when my brain catches up to that feeling, oh, I put it all together. A lot of times with a high priestess energy, people don't realize she's just as much of a magician as the magician, right? She just doesn't announce what she has. She's silent. And that silence protects her, okay? Because she's not in the middle of scuttlebutt. She's not, you know, chased by, well, it does make people more curious about her, to be honest with you. You know, as much as she keeps to herself, it kind of attracts more people to find out, well, what's going on with the high priestess. More than she may even know, because she's not dealing with everybody. But it causes people to stalk her, causes people to obsess over her, to figure out what she is, who she is, and what she's doing. All right. Tell me more about the Seven of Swords, Spirit. Challenging the lesson. We got there's definitely the ending of a third party. So if you are part of the third party, you may have walked away from a situation that didn't serve you. 3 of Wands. There's also some anxiety, some anxiousness. Somebody is given, what do you want? Hurry up. Sometimes the 3 of Wands energy is impatient. That's what I'm getting. Impatient. So you may have been impatient for change, or somebody coming clean or getting caught has caused you impatience with them. But there's an anxiety, there's a little bit of agitation with this card. It's more of a, I'm waiting for something to fruit, or some seed that I planted to grow, and it hasn't fruited yet, or I'm waiting for an opportunity that I'm interested in. I haven't received it yet. It's given, that kind of energy. Tell me more about the Seven of Pentacles, Spirit. All right. Two of Swords in reverse. Somebody had a hard decision to make. And it has to do with the investment. The hard decision is, where do I put my energy? Where do I put my time? What do I do? What decision do I make? Look, all decisions, like I said, change is hard. But every indecision is still a decision. So if you decide not to do anything about your life or the direction that you're going in, that's still making a decision to not do anything about your life and the direction you're going in. But I feel like Spirit always lets me know that Two of Swords in reverses, someone had to make a choice regardless of how bad they wanted to stay the same, or how they just didn't want to be the one to make the decision. Someone made a very hard choice to decide where they're going to invest their energy. Shut it all away. And then we got the King of Cups in reverse. So we got a match here. We got a match, y'all. So in this particular spread, the King of Cups, it sounds like somebody was a match for this Queen of Cups. And like I said, the third party has to be this Queen of Swords, High Priestess energy. So the King of Cups was a karmic masculine. The Queen of Cups is a karmic feminine. And then the Queen of Swords and High Priestess is more of a divine feminine energy. And that was a third party. So it might have been the masculine, because since he's in the overall energy with the Ten of Wands, he may have been trying to keep a third party situation going. But it can't work. People are being found out. He may be just as culpable or guilty of whatever this Queen of Cups is. They are the match, but he wants to be with a Queen of Swords, High Priestess energy, or something like that. We're going to clarify that. But yeah, the King of Cups is here and the Queen of Cups is here. They're both in reverse. They both been toxic together. And 9 times out of 10, he reached out or he stepped out on one or the other one. So maybe the Queen of Cups, he stuck out. I feel like he stepped out on the Queen of Cups to be with a Queen of Swords. But the Queen of Swords is a High Priestess. So, you know what it's given? Like, if somebody was to have a Queen of Cups, them two are just alike. They probably step out on each other, right? But he would go to a Queen of Swords and lie and say, well, matter of fact, I heard this, I think today or yesterday on, what was that? The Steve Harvey morning show, when they do their strawberry letter. And it was a woman saying that she was stepping out on her husband. She 45, but she liked younger men. And the husband was older, so he couldn't, do certain things anymore. At least that's what he said. And he was cool with whatever she was doing as long as she didn't embarrass him. And she wanted to step out with these younger men, but one of them in particular had her believing that his wife was his newly married wife was bipolar. And because she bipolar, he can't get none. That's the story. But yet he married her knowing who she was, right? And it's interesting because Steve and I guess nephew Tommy were laughing because Steve said, I've never, because I guess she considered a divorce, right? This is given Queen of Cups in reverse energy. She considered divorce, so she played with it to her Queen of Cups husband and said, King of Cups husband and said, well, I'm thinking about divorce. And he was like, nah, you can do what you want just long as you do not embarrass me. So they down, right? But she was considering the other two guys and they were playing her, or well, one of them was playing her, the other one was into her. The thing is, they're not stupid. And like he said, he's never known a man to ditch his wife for a side piece. They never known they said, I ain't met one that's gonna ditch their own wife for a side piece. They're not gonna do it. He said, now, I'm not saying it don't happen, but they're not gonna ditch somebody for a side piece. And the thing is, the Queen of Swords is not going to be a side piece. The High Priestess energy, she can be if she want to be quiet, but when they know what's going on and it ain't in it for them, they are not going to, how you put it? They're not going to accept that. Like if there's a mutual understanding and they believe you to a degree, they're still not going to accept bad behavior. They're not. They also ain't gonna accept side piece energy for long. You might fool them once, but you ain't gonna fool them twice. Take that how it resonates. But everybody is not going for the story. Oh, my wife is bipolar. Oh, my husband has ED. No. When a person is involved in that, they may give you the benefit of the doubt just to see, is my intuition and my smarts catching up with each other? Am I seeing what I'm seeing? And once they do, Seven of Swords in reverse, everything gets revealed. Somebody gets caught out there. You know somebody in this situation? I'm glad I don't right now, but I've heard of them. I did know that. My bad. I did know one. I used to work with this lady at Verizon many moons ago, and she was an elder to me, and her husband bowled together with another couple, and she was messing with the other guy. I was like, and I can say her first name because it's common. I'm like, Ellen, why would you do that to your husband? And her husband was a nice guy. I don't know about their relationship, but he was dedicated to her. And she had no problem bowling with her lover along with her husband. That's crazy. Yeah. I couldn't deal with that. I was like, yeah, you won't find me going out with y'all knowing that y'all switching off, and that was, man, I was flabbergasted. All right, so where's my next step? I feel I'm back to the cutoff because with the Two of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles, letting this type of shit go preserves you. Letting this kind of foolishness go is what frees you up. It's sometimes it's easy to get caught up in situations when you generally meet somebody and you think they're just as honest as you. Like no one is really above getting caught up in a situation. I don't care how intuitive you are. I don't care how smart you are. But when you know better, you should do better. And I feel like whoever the Queen of Swords High Priestess energy, she's not for a third party situation. That's why it's in reverse both times. She's not for that kind of energy. This is a person that is like, has high standards for themselves. Okay. And maybe they had some emotions with the Two of Swords in reverse. They may have had some emotion and some investment in the King of Cups, I would say, but not enough to keep them stuck, not enough to lower their self-worth, you know what I'm saying, or remove any self-love, not enough to keep them in place. Okay. She said, ain't no way. And you can't help people with that shit. Tell me more, Spirit. You cannot. Listen, now, right now is karma season. It's reaping season for karma. People who like to lie, people who like to be caught up in chaos and watch other people go through stuff or cause things for people to go through, they're getting more instant karma than you know. Like a lot of times you cannot see it on the surface, or you may not be looking for it, so you may not see it right away, but it'll come back to you if that's what they're doing. If what they're doing to you that harmed you, Spirit will let you know how they have to deal with it, how karma took care of them. And it may not look like anything about you, because it's not. It's really about them getting consequences for the way they move through the world. And there's a lot of people, like I said, that do not have self-awareness. They could be the nice guy, Mrs. Nice Girl. They think they're pleasant. They generally get along with people. They think they're helpful to people. And what they really are is they could be very conniving in a covert way. They think that I could get over on this person because I'm nice and I'm well liked. But not everybody is blinded to what they're doing. Covert does not mean I can't see you. It means you're subtle with your bullshit, but you can still be seen as an ass. Tell me more, Spirit. Ooh, what's that? Oh, we got the Divine Feminine here. She is showing up. This is Miss Queen of Swords, High Priestess energy. So the Divine Femme is here. She is the one that's, I think, letting go of this King of Cups energy. Tell me more, Spirit. Faith. I feel like this Divine Femme has faith in herself, faith in God. It's also knowing the God within you, a faith that wherever you land, the ground would meet your feet. I think a lot of us, sometimes when it comes to making changes, we struggle with making a change because we're concerned like, well, what if I don't win? What if I fail? What if I can't succeed? What if I can't do this? What if I can't do that? And when you take a leap of faith, when you cut things off that no longer serve you, you never know how the ground is going to meet your feet. But when you have, like they say, the faith of a mustard seed, you can move mountains, meaning you could do tremendous work by taking the steps needed to be taken. All right, tell me more, Spirit. The Divine Feminine has faith in God, faith in herself, faith in the universe, faith in Spirit, whatever she believes in. She does have her faith. And see, here go Mr. Nice Guy. That's that King of Cups. You know what I mean? I also feel like you ever meet somebody that just, they want to flash a smile. They want to, I don't know, be sweet, but then they got this other side of them, a very emotionally manipulative side to them that shows up later, you know what I mean? Because the masks don't stay on long. They're like a heartbreaker, or what they call a heart collector, right? They just get people to fall for them, but then they turn around and treat them like, you know what I'm trying to say. Oop, what was that? Damn. Yeah. And there she is. She flipped right over. Karmic Femme. That's that Queen of Cups. So, yes, we got a fake ass nice guy, a Karmic Femme, and a Divine Feminine. There's no third party that's going to work like that. The Karmic Femme is very self-indulgent. Like I said, I think she got vices. Different addictions and things like that. She got some stuff with her. She could be on drugs, alcohol, you name it. But her biggest vice is herself. The narcissistic way of me find me. It's all about me. and my needs and what I want. Tell me more, Spirit. And men could be in that karmic feminine energy because that just means they're in that distorted feminine energy. Like, you know, when a man has either a lack of a father and a very toxic mother, or maybe had a father and a missing mother, you know, when that parent role stuff is imbalanced, it can cause a man to be outside of themselves, outside of their nature, so to speak. And they could become a karmic femme because they are operating in their dark feminine energy. They behave like women, catty women, not a regular woman, a catty woman, a jealous, envious woman with animosity. Tell me more, Spirit. And some of them are on the DL. You ever see a masculine man? He only surrounded by men. He can't maintain no relationship with a woman, but he can maintain his friendships, right? And he's always with a dude, and he values his time with his dudes more than any woman. And a lot of them, people are saying more so than now, represent the DL clique. Tell me more, Spirit. And then we got voodoo. I feel like the divine feminine does protection. She's powerful. She could be a witch. High priestess can definitely be a witch because, again, she possesses the same tools as the magician. So she could be a witch in the terms of knowing how to cast a spell if she needs to, but not in a negative way. It's giving protection. Poppets, like what's in her hand, that can be considered for protection. Now, a lot of people see it. How it's portrayed in the public eye is it's a puppet to do harm. It can be used as that too. It all depends on who she is and what she's about. Tell me more, Spirit. But Spirit says she's very powerful. Tell me more. Come on now. Bliss. The divine feminine is like chilling. It's giving unbothered. It's giving I love myself. It's giving I'm a happy person. It's giving I got a lot to look forward to. She's in bliss energy. Like, you know, you can't touch her. People try, but they don't get too far. Again, that karma comes back to get people real quick when they mess with somebody who's doing no harm. Tell me more. What's this? Well, I'm not surprised. Because when I was reading that card just now, it was feeling like Earth Angel. But I was like, no, I'm going to go with what Spirit just told me. But it's the same. This divine feminine is an Earth Angel. She's not an energy that you can just do something to, try something, sneak something, be covert with, and think that you don't get touched. Spirit will touch you for an Earth Angel. Spirit will touch you for a divine femme. And when you get touched, right, you get a consequence that you cannot avoid. Right? You can't apologize your way out of it. You can't. Because you touched the anointed one from Spirit. An Earth Angel usually comes into somebody's life to show them the way. Not to save them, but to show them the way. Okay? The truth and the light, so to speak, right? Of how they find their blessings. How do they heal? Like, she gives example, or she mirrors the example of what that is. Now, Earth Angels have to learn their lesson too. They have to learn their lesson about capacity, about not overdoing, not try to overextend yourself or believe that you can fix anybody. An Earth Angel is not here for that. And what they are here for what they are here for is to learn the lesson for themselves that they have tremendous power, but they have to be careful how they wield that power. And it is not to go transform somebody else's life, because it's to give them the mirror they need to see how to transform their life, their own life. Bottom of the deck. Single, sexy, and yeah. So, I feel like the masculine here, the King of Cups, is very he's very into this divine femme. He's very much into it. I had a dream recently, and I'm gonna tell you a snippet of it because I had AI translated, and I'm gonna just give you the part that they translated. So, in the dream, somebody I know was dying, right? But they didn't have to die. I guess in my dream, at first I was like, I didn't even believe it was real because I was just witnessing what was going on and it didn't make no sense. But anyway, I said to them, hold on. I said, hold on. Don't expire. Don't let go. Hold on. And they said, nah, I think I want to let go because I want to reincarnate and come back. I want to do over. And you know what I'm saying? I want you in my life. Like they were saying, they didn't want a third party situation. They wanted me. I was like, really? And say, yeah. I said, well, in my experience, if you let go and you go to reincarnate and you haven't learned your spiritual lessons while you're here, you may come into a harsher situation when you come back. Meaning, you didn't learn them lessons, oh, you gonna learn some more lessons on top of them lessons. And it can be a whole longer, painful ordeal. So I try to encourage this person not to expire, to hold on. You can make it, got to get you to the hospital type of thing. And then they expired, but then came right back in my dream as a younger person, like 3 or 4 years old. And they didn't want to let go, but then that still didn't work. I was, interestingly enough, lucid enough and conscious enough to say, this is not the answer. So when I translated it from with Google or whatever I use, not Google, whatever I use, it said that I was encouraging the person to transform, to not give up, but to transform. Meaning, don't try to take the easy way out. You got to push through and transform. There's still work to be done while you're here in this plane. That's what an earth angel is supposed to do. Encourage a person. That's the best you can do, is encourage them to grow so that they don't have to come back in the next incarnation and struggle harder than what they're struggling as we speak. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad I've learned, one, what an earth angel is, and what my own role in people's lives are still very limited, more limited than I would have liked to believe in the past, right? I'm now of that understanding that people have to do the work for themselves. So I encourage people, like, if you're going through something, go through the transformation. There's beauty on the other side. You know what I'm saying? There's love, there's light, there's beauty on the other side, but you got to get past that. And I feel like the nice guy may see that in the divine femme, why he wants to be attached to the divine femme. The problem is he's still attached to a karmic femme. You cannot do both. You can't do both. I don't care how much you want it, like it, feel it. You can't do both. Tell me more, Spirit. Oh. Yeah, child. And that's how they looked in my dream. Like 3 or 4 years old, though, not this size. I was like, wow. I was like, yeah, you can't do that. You cannot let go and take the easy route. When you incarnate, you never know where you're going to end up. Spirit is going to put you through it. This is what you said you wanted to learn. You ain't learned it last time. Well, it's time to learn it. Your soul has to grow and evolve. Period. More. Boss. Yeah, somebody got to grow up. Man up. Take charge of their life in order to be with a single sexy successful person. She is their counterpart of this boss energy. In order to be in her sphere, somebody got to boss up, somebody got to grow up, somebody got to mature, somebody has to transition to being what a boss is. Not everybody understands what it means to be a boss, right? You got to make sacrifices, you got to take chances, and you got to stand up for yourself. If you're a boss to a bunch of employees and they realize they can get over on you, they will take every advantage of that. And if you're a boss, but you are a jerk to everybody, then people will leave you. That's the imbalance, right? You have to find fairness. You have to be a good judge of character. You have to be a good judge of circumstances and be able to adapt. That requires maturity. That requires knowledge, understanding. I don't know. I gotta tell y'all that, but a boss, a good boss, knows the role of everybody. Meaning they have done the work, experienced the work in some way. They know the role that everybody should play. So therefore they can make the right decisions to put the right people in play. Somebody got to grow up and understand what their role is. They got to go from a boy child to a man. Tell me more, Spirit. And a lot of times that's difficult for people who have trauma in their life, and their emotional and mental is kind of stunted. Like they may grow old in their body, but their mind is still arrested at a certain traumatic age, right? That requires a lot of work to break through that, man or woman. It requires a lot of effort. And a lot of people are not equipped to make the effort. That's what I also learned as an Earth Angel energy. I'm here to transform lives. I'm here to hold the mirror up. I'm here to hold you accountable. I'm here to cheer you on. I'm here to support you, love, and nurture, right? That I know I already had that in my past life. That was my South Node. But it's more about empowerment, self-empowerment, than it is ever before. Ever before. And a lot of people don't have the courage or the vulnerability to handle that. And I know personally, I'm too much for a lot of people. I am. Everybody can't take me. And that's another thing I had to understand, me personally. And sometimes some of y'all will have to understand. Everybody can't take you. Encouraging them, supporting them, loving them, cheering them on. Everybody ain't capable because they may not want to live up to that. Or they may feel incapable of living up to what you believe they should be. You got to know when to back off and allow them to see themselves for what they are and work on themselves. Tell me more, Spirit. Oops. All right, let me get this deck right. Yeah, somebody got legal issues. Somebody got some problems. It could be this karmic femme. It could be the nice guy. Somebody got legal issues like court problems. Things that need to be resolved, but may require attorneys or legal fees. Tell me more, Spirit. Yeah, animosity. Yeah, this is definitely that karmic. She bring a lot of stuff on herself, Spirit said. She has a lot of hatred, jealousy, animosity. She's the type of karmic that she says a lot of slick things, disrespectful things. She's not happy within. Okay, she got a lot going on, but she's not happy within. Karmics never are. They here to teach lessons, A lot of the lessons they're here to teach, they're unwilling to take for themselves. Tell me more, Spirit. Yeah, soulmate. Now, you are someone's soulmate. They are yours. This karmic femme is somebody's soulmate. And vice versa. Yeah, but there's destruction to that. There's destruction to that relationship. That relationship is going through chaos and conflict. A whole the tornado. Like them legal issues that they got going on is looking at the tornado. They deal with transportation, with the wheel. They deal with where they live, with the mailbox in the box. You know what I'm saying? Maybe even how they eat with the crops, it being over the crops. You know what I'm saying? How they see the world. But it's chaos and conflicts that follow this person, that destroy this person or their life or whatever they got going on, especially with the karmic. Um, the same thing somebody wish for you through their animosity is hitting them back 100 times or 1,000 times over. Like this person is not getting, like, it could sound like they're doing better than you or traveling the world or making money or whatever. It could sound real good, but there's an inner turmoil that's coming, it's imploding. So it's coming outside of them, right? They may be, if you saw them, they may be disheveled or they might look a little off or something like that. It's like they're not able to hide it anymore, whatever it is. And a lot of people who are narcissistic or avoidant, they pride themselves in looking good and making people think that everything is fine with them, and it's not. Not with not with all that destruction. And they also spirits that everything they touch on their path, they attempt to destroy. Not everything can be destroyed. They can't touch you. You're protected. They can't trust you. I mean, trust you. Touch you, but you can't trust them. That's what I needed to say. They got to work on their legal problems. They got to own up to whoever they are, whatever they're becoming. They got to boss up. And this is something that may be a challenge for this person to do growing up, getting past their wounds and their mental, emotional blocks. But guess what? Even if that's their challenge, right? And not necessarily your challenge, I gotta say it. It's not your responsibility to fix it for this person. If you are an earth angel, in fact, you have shined the mirror onto this person to show them where their problems lie, where they feel broken at, where they need to work on themselves at. If you've shown the mirror, that is what you do as an earth angel. That is what you're required to do. It's up to them to plant the proper seeds, invest in the right relationships so that they can grow. So, take that out resonate. If it don't resonate, don't take it. Let's pull on this crazy, sexy love note. I just feel like spirits are showing that you dodged a bullet with somebody. If you've unplugged from them, if you've walked away, disconnected, you are dropping the burden in the inner turmoil and conflict that they're experiencing. You're dropping that, right? Nope, can't walk the path for none of them. Tell me more, Spirit. Share your gifts. Yeah, that's what the Earth Angel does. Your creativity positively impacts the world. It is ripe with beauty and innovation. Everyone benefits from your art, especially you. Get to know your talented inner muse. Nurture your vision. Your unique gifts are meant to be shared. So listen, when you release people and situations or whatever, don't diminish your light. Don't hold on to your creativity. Don't be scared for somebody to see it, right? It's still yours. It belongs to you, right? And but part of your talent is to show the world who you are, who you becoming. Take it more. Take it how it resonates though. Tell me more, Spirit. Nourish yourself, right? I also feel like this person may be going through a lack of nourishment. I did mention that, but it says nourish yourself. Have you been using food to numb rather than nourish? Be honest. If so, break that pattern today. Show yourselves that you care about choosing healthy, wholesome foods made with love. Eat your veggies and make a green juice and toast to your longevity. You know what I heard too? Sometimes people are like right now when they going through a transition like this, they're not eating right, meaning they eating off the street all the time. You know, the problem with eating off the street all the time is that you don't know the cooks. You don't know the chefs. You don't know what kind of energy they putting in that food. I don't eat from anybody angry and miserable with me. If I know you angry and I don't want it. I don't. Now, a lot of times food comes to me. If I go out, I don't know. But the thing is, when you eat all the time like that, you Uber eating and door dashing and round the way and all that stuff, you know, you lower your vibration through your food too. Because again, you don't know the hands that prepared your meal. You don't know their mind state. So you piling on not only calories of or salt or sugar or whatever the intake is, you can be ODing because you cannot control your portions, meaning the portion of what they put in it. And you know, you don't know the energy that's going in it as well. I don't care how pretty it look. If that person ain't cooking with love, it can make you sick over time. All right. And it says, you are awesome. Your greatest relationship is the one you have with yourself. Build it, strengthen it, praise yourself, share what makes you proud. Your beaming delight will help others shift from a glass half empty thinking to heck, I'm pretty awesome too. So you here to spread your joy, your love, your creativity. You're supposed to nourish yourself. And like I said, it's going to be contagious. That mirror you hold up to somebody is their example. You are being their example. This single, sexy, whoever successful person is the example somebody needs to see. Tell me more, Spirit. Slow down. When it feels like our world is spinning out of control, it's easy to get overwhelmed. This is a good time to begin a daily meditation practice. Your mind is the most open and receptive in the morning, which is why it's helpful to start your day with centering exercises. Cultivate stillness within and know that there is no rush. At the end of our days, we won't care about our to do list. We'll wish we had loved more, lived more, and been at peace. Don't wait, slow down now. Yeah. That goes back to capacity, y'all. Know your capacity. Don't overdo anything. Take your time. Pace yourself. Don't try to take every project that comes your way. Be very picky, very choosy. Don't rush to say yes. Think on it. You know what I'm saying? Slow down so you can live longer. Tell me more, Spirit. And then we got breathe deeply. Breathe big. Let it all in. Expand your fabulous belly. Who cares if your jeans feel too tight? Here's an idea. Buy a roomier pair. Deep, full breaths invigorate you. They release sadness and allow ecstasy to flood in. Pause. Inhale a long, slow, big, delicious breath. Exhale. Remember, whenever the going gets tough, take a deep breath and trust that you are capable of greatness. This is part of that transitioning. You gotta do the big boy, big girl thing. You got to transition. You got to grow. You got to make the hard decisions, but take your time. Slow down. Take deep breaths. Realize that you know you can get through whatever it is you can get through. Bottom of the deck. Accept compliments. Oh, nice. Look at the mermaid, y'all. It says the next time someone gives you a compliment, say thank you. Don't shrug it off, play it, downplay it, or reject the gift. You'll be denying yourself, the giver, and the giver the opportunity to share in a moment of gratitude and love. Exercise your self esteem and soak it in, superstar. Think of compliments as a little confidence builder, vitamin, Scary. You are worthy to be praised. That's one thing I had to learn. I used to downplay people telling me what they liked about me. And now I'm like, thank you. I appreciate that. Wow. I had to learn to stop turning it down. I had to learn to stop saying, no, I'm not that. Da, 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 da. You know, I might not fully agree with them. It don't matter. I'm just saying thank you and I'm grateful. Somebody sees something in me that I didn't maybe need validation for, but I definitely appreciate the roles that they gave me while I'm here. You know what I'm saying? And we have to do a better job of that, y'all. Like, not downplaying our gifts, but honestly saying thank you. I appreciate you acknowledging what you see or who I am. Thank you. Hmm. Yeah, we got to learn how to say thank you for those compliments. We got to accept them. It's fine. It's okay. We're not being conceited or anything. As long as you're not being egotistical about it, it's just thank you. I appreciate that. I acknowledge what you said. Real recognizes real most times. All right, so that's your reading, y'all. Take it how it resonates. If it don't resonate, don't take it. Like, share, and subscribe. Um, because there's some big-headed people out here that think, of course I'm this, of course I'm that. I mean, and that's not wrong either to say, of course I am, but some people's heads are like, whew, you know, but that's how they want to be. That's how they want to be. You are welcome, my dear. You take care about yourself. I hope that everybody is gonna do well this week. I hope that as you release the burdens, as we saw the Ten of Wands in reverse, as you release the burdens, that your opportunities flow in. Again, somebody is tied up in legal issues. So if that is you, take care of every aspect of that so that it's not following you. It's real easy to make a legal issue get bigger. We, try to avoid those kind of things around here. All right. So, yeah, I appreciate y'all. I'm just trying to get my cards together, then I'm going to end the live. But, yeah, I appreciate y'all. I'll see you next time. In between time, deuce.